Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu, the parallel sayings. Richard Hooper. For Lao Tzu and Taoism, the way includes the meaning of spiritual path, but implies a great deal more. Tao, the way, is the flow of life. It is the way of things. It is the force that moves in all things, permeates all things, governs all things. The way cannot be manipulated, nor can it be resisted. It cannot even be known. Tao will do what Tao does. As little people, in the vast scheme of things, we succeed in life only when we let Tao flow through us and around us freely. Conversely, we make a good deal of trouble for ourselves every time we attempt to resist the ways of Tao. Can we make the wind stop blowing? Lao Tzu tells us that we can only be happy and the things we can only be successful if we yield to Tao. Surrender to the way things are. Rather than a great tree resisting the wind and sometimes breaking, we should become like bamboo, yielding and supple. Then the wind will flow through unhindered and bamboo will not break. Happiness in life is the result of accepting everything just the way it is. Serenity is achieved when one no longer wishes for something else. The principle of the Great Way implies to the individual, but it also applies to the nations. Lao Tzu tells us that any nation that resists change will eventually doom itself. Any ruler who does not govern the people according to the principles of the way will ruin both the nation and himself. Today we say go with the flow. If we want inner peace and outer harmony in society, we have to learn not to push the river. To live in the way, we must get out of the way. We cannot grasp the way, so we must accept it with humility. And the more we simplify our lives, the more we bring it in alignment with Tao, the richer our lives will be. The Buddha agreed, quote, "If you seek to embrace the way through the path of learning, the way will not be understood. If you observe the way with simplicity of heart, great indeed is the way." Krishna says also, "Both lust and aversion to the things of nature arise from man's lower nature. Do not come under their powers. These are enemies of the way." Lao Tzu often refers to Tao as the way of heaven. Jesus called Tao the kingdom of heaven, or the kingdom of God. Later Orthodox Christians misunderstood Jesus' teachings about the kingdom and believed that it was some sort of perfected world that would be ushered in at the end times. Jesus, however, taught that the kingdom was already here, there, everywhere. To recognize the way, the kingdom, one needs to develop eyes that see. And if we do, we will discover that the kingdom, the way of heaven, is not everywhere around us, it is within us as well. Jesus. So these are quotes from Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, and Lao Tzu. Ask and it will be given you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. The Gospel according to Matthew. Krishna, listen to the way, which is called the Eternal, the Upanishads. Buddha, listen carefully and faithfully to the way, for it is mighty, the Sutra of 42 sections. Lao Tzu, in bygone days, men of wisdom honored the way by declaring that it could be found by all who seek it. The Tao Te Ching, Tao Te Ching. The kingdom is not coming in any way that you can observe. The kingdom of God is already here, within you. The Gospel according to Luke. Krishna, those who seek to find the one without ceasing will find the Lord dwelling in their own hearts. the Bhagavad Gita. Buddha. No one understands the way unless they have pure hearts. The Dhammapada. Lao Tzu. The perfect man is one whose sins are given. He becomes one with the way. The Tao Te Ching. Jesus. If you think the kingdom of God is above you, then birds will find it first. If you think if you think the kingdom of God is above you, then birds will find it first. If you think it is in the ocean, then fish will discover it before you. Look, the kingdom of God is within you and all around you. The Gospel of Thomas. Krishna. With one's heart focused on yoga, union, and recognizing all things as equal, then you will see the self within and within all beings. Bhagavad Gita. Buddha. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. The Buddha. Lao Tzu. One can know the world without leaving home. The way can be recognized without a window. The Tao Te Ching. Enlightenment and liberation. I have only one purpose, to make man free, to urge him towards freedom, to help him to break away from all limitations. For that alone will give him eternal happiness. For that alone will give him eternal happiness, will give him the unconditional realization of self. J. Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti. The true mystic is one who has fallen totally and completely let go of the world, but has but a single goal, to be united with the source of his or her spiritual yearning. The source of being that draws each of us at our own speed has been called many things and gone by many names. It has been spoken of always imperfectly, but countless seekers, each trying to find a map that will show the way home. Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, and Lao Tzu tell us that the way, the map that points the direction back home, lies within ourselves. But they also correct our misperception that there is a destination. They insist that there is no map, no home, no pilgrimage, nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, and nobody to become. They tell us that we are already home, that we are already one, that we are already living in the kingdom of God. To see this for ourselves, we have to drop the gossamer veil that separates us from our beloved. Like the human need for religion, the yearn to be reunited with the ground of being, and desire to take the way that leads back home seems to be rooted in human consciousness, perhaps even encoded in our DNA. And yet yearning alone is not enough. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu tells us that we will not achieve enlightenment or attain liberation merely by hoping for it. While they can light the way, they can't take our journey for us. In the end, though, all words are just words. They provide a window, not a door. The great spiritual beings of all the ages tell us the same thing. We can unlock your cage. We can open the door. But it is up to you to come out and fly away home. And again, that's Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu. Richard Hooper. So we'll just see what questions we got. Anybody got comments or questions from the last reading?
I thought it was kind of funny that on our our cards. We got all those people that's all together.
Exactly. That's why I picked up that book.
I'm sure that's
Because it matches perfectly with the nationality card. Stressing the point. Right? Right? Stressing the point. And the last two books, just to put it on the record again, Finding of the Third Eye, Vera Stanley Alder, Finding of the Third Eye. And the second book was Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu, The Parallel Sayings. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu, The Parallel Sayings, Richard Hooper. Richard Hooper. So first email was blank, so they probably, it's like when they press one on Blog Talk, don't say nothing. You're sending blank emails now. This is just a shout out email from Master 13. I wanted to say that I've been watching videos and researching more info for a while, and the ignorance of people made me want to do more the right way. I appreciate what you do and know it is what I need to be doing. Islam to that. Right? And again, these are just people who, you know, like they've messaged me and emailed and whatever else, and they're just people out there coming into this just like we're coming into this. And you know, having a phone number and email address and all that stuff lets us know how extended the reach is. You know, when we're getting emails from across the world and all that, Philippines and whatever, you know that, you know, they can say all that www is 666 and all that stuff all they want, but you know what I mean, it, you know, the instrument could be used for us to do some good with it, you know. Brother William A. Anderson L. Islam Moor, how do I dissolve the social security card, or do I just not use it? Technically, I have no social security card because it belongs to the straw. It is only used to track the history of the straw name. Correct me if I am wrong. Reader. Void ab initio. Alright, so